If someone shot your child at school, would you want the parents to be sentenced? If you thought the parents could have prevented it. This could be a major deal for parents out there. It all depends on how you look at it. My name is Tim Black. Welcome back to the show. Do you recall Ethan Crumbley is a 15-year-old student who killed 4 classmates at the Oxford High School in Michigan? This happened back in 2021. He was sentenced to life without parole. He will never see the light of day. That's it. That's a tragedy in itself, of course. Condolences to the families. But what I want to talk to you about is something that's beyond that. The parents of Ethan Crumbley, Jennifer and James, they both were convicted of involuntary manslaughter. We got to have that conversation because there's never before have parents been charged with a voluntary manslaughter or involuntary manslaughter based on a crime committed by their child. So what this does is this sets a precedence. And we know when it comes to precedents, as in a pattern, as it sets a rule that has been designed, once a ruling has been made, it's more than likely that other judges will follow suit. Other prosecutors will follow suit because now they have an example where it was done before. So that's why precedents are important. And being as though we know how society works, right? We know that when black people, when they set a precedence with a poor white person, you know who gets it next. Now it's over. They've been charged and they were convicted. What's up in the air now is how much time they're going to get. And the prosecutor wants 10 years. But they say the reason why they were charged is because they were so negligent with their child. It's horrific. They even called the child feral, as in no parents basically. So I think that was extreme. And that's what I'm pointing to. But how neglectful do you have to be where you are convicted of the crime that your child committed? According to what I've been reading, there were a couple things about this, and I'm kind of up in the air. So walk with me through this because I want us to decide together, should we be worried about this or should we clap for this? Oh, my mistake. The prosecutors want 10 to 15 years. So not just 10 years, 10 to 15 years. Every year counts. And also know the parents have been in jail for the last 2 years. So since the crime, the parents have been incarcerated. The parents tried to flee. So they tried to get out of there. They took their money, they emptied their bank accounts, and they tried to flee, and they were captured. So here's the thing about the parents. One of the reasons why the parents were convicted is because they purchased the gun for the child only days before the child went on the killing spree. That's one thing. They provided the means that the crime was committed. And apparently they're saying they didn't secure the gun. It wasn't put in a place where the child couldn't take it. It says here that mom took the son to the shooting range. I get that. You wanted him to be safe when he handles the gun. But what about him being able to handle the gun? A few days after mom took the son to the shooting range, the teachers noticed that the child was in class looking at ammunition online. They contacted parents, and instead of responding to the school, his mother allegedly texted her son, LOL, I'm not mad at you. You have to learn not to get caught. That did not sit well obviously, with the judge or the jury. The following day, the Crumbley parents were called into the school for a meeting after school officials found that Ethan had pictures of a disturbing nature that he had drawn himself. So he's drawing photos, pictures, drawings of something disturbing. And they don't go into in this article exactly what type of disturbing pictures they were. But I do know from my experience, at least in Maryland, if you draw a picture of a gun, they call your parents. So it could have been anything from, I'm imagining, anything from a picture of a gun to victims of gunshots that he was drawing. I have no idea what it was. Now, here is where the liability really comes in for the parents. You come up to the school and say, hey, we called you about the ammunition, you didn't return our calls. That's a problem. Then he's drawing pictures that are freaking us out. That's why we called you. take his ass home. And they say the parents declined to take him home. They said they would not take him home. Hours later, we're talking about the same day, folks. The same day that they did this, the same day they went up to the school, the same day the parents met with the teachers. That same day, Ethan takes out his gun and he guns down several students. That's when he went on the rampage. He killed 4 classmates: Madison Baldwin, 17, Hannah St. Juliana, 14, Tate Myrie, 16, and Justin Schilling, 17. It's also important to know that these parents, after their convictions, they show no remorse. They show no remorse for what happened. The father and the mother feel like they're being persecuted, like they are martyrs. They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't know anything was wrong with their son. He was been quiet. He's a good kid. He hadn't been in trouble previously. They don't know what happened. But the state argues, hey, you bought him the gun. The school told you he had a gun, or that he was buying ammunition for the gun. You tell him, don't worry about it, don't get, whatever. I don't think they knew about the text message at the time, but the court knew because they got the text records. And then on top of it all, when the school calls you up to the school, it's not like you couldn't come up to the school. It's not like you were at work and had no idea. And then you get a call later that something's happened. Nah, they called you before it happened. So what that shows is there were opportunities that the parents could have intervened. Each one of these steps. And that's looking at it directly from the school's point of view and from the judge's point of view. I want to look at it from a parental point of view. If you believe you know your child, and all of us believe we know our children if we spend time with our children, is it possible they thought, not my son? Obviously, I believe they thought, not my son. There's no indication, no information I can find that shows the parents are sadistic, that they practice this type of activity, that they wanted their son to do this, that they were priming him to do this, anything like that. This just sounds like parents, like many parents, don't know what's going on with their kids. They think they know, but they don't know. I don't know, man. I'm torn, folks. Put in the comment section what you think about this. Is it possible that these parents are just screwed up and that they're not the worst people on the planet? That they are not liable, or they weren't negligent? At least not intentionally. You know what I'm saying? Does negligence require you to be intentional? Were they just like, I don't care? Or was it just that, hey, man, I know my kid. He's a good kid. He wouldn't do nothing crazy like this. Oh, my God, look what he did. Like, is that, how do you see this? See, one of my concerns is, one of the things that bothers me is I don't want the courts using this on black parents. Now, these parents are, I can tell that these are working class parents, right? If you look at their pictures, check out their mugshots, check out their neighborhood. The Oxford High School is not an affluent area. This is middle class, lower middle class area. And all I'm saying is, I don't want the courts to use this and start charging all parents for kids when they don't know what the kids are doing. Like, they have no idea of the horrible stuff that their kids are involved in. That's one side of me. The other side of me is this. Hey, man, if you're going to buy your child a gun, you should be responsible. If you're going to provide the means for them to use the weapon, and then when you are told, hey, he's got a weapon, you know he has a weapon, he's drawing pictures, could you talk to him? And then they bring you up to the school, and they say, you should take him home. We don't feel safe. We don't know about him. He seems something's off. Why didn't they take him? And here's my thing. Why didn't the school make him take him? I know if I'm the parent of one of the children that were hurt, I want to know, why didn't the school force this child to leave? Why didn't the school call authorities and say, we got a kid here, it looks like this kid has mental problems, and the parents are not taking this child away from us. Like, come get this child. Is there more the school could have done? That's where I'm at this point. Because if we're talking about the safety of all the other students and all the other teachers, I think the school is as negligent as the parents. Well, not as negligent. Close, though. It's a close, right? Because they saw the pictures. They know he was looking up ammunition, and then the parents won't take them. You must have thought it was necessary that they do take them, or you never would have made that suggestion. So once you make that suggestion, is it your duty to follow that up? If someone shot your child at school, would you want the parents to be sentenced? If you thought the parents could have prevented it. And I think when we look at it like that, can we get a hell yeah? Still, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. We're going to know soon enough. April 9th will be the sentencing date. So come back. I'll update you to what happened. I'm Tim Black. I'll see y'all on the next one.